Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hustling Sideways podcast. I'm Alan Halas. I'm a music writer.
And I'm Jim Lab. I'm a keynote and motivational speaker, and I have a sprained ankle.
You do,
which is why this is on here. So
we should acknowledge how that happened.
I'm a survivor of sprained ankles. So I want to throw it out there. Like, that's a big deal. The fatality rate with that, I looked it up, is
zero.
But
yeah.
So I've beaten the odds.
That's good. Well, yeah. Congratulations.
That's right.
I'm here for you in your time of need.
Volleyball got a little cray. I went for a spike. For the record, game-winning spike, like pounded.
So it was your moment of glory.
And then I landed wrong, and I was out for the count. I like crawled on like the side, like I felt like Carrie Strug after she like landed like the the '96 Olympics, like landed the pole vault, and then was trying to like crawl to the end of the.
I hate to tell you, but there's a level. Anyway. That's not what we're here to talk about today.
Disagree respectfully. What are we here to talk about?
No, today we are here when we don't have guests on our show. We talk about the things that we go through with our own side hustles, our own passion projects.
That's right.
And today we are talking about getting prepared.
How do you prep?
Yeah, for an event.
Yes,
really.
This could be your shows.
Yeah.
This would, of course, be like my talks. Because I think, like, especially when you're in a side hustle, more often than not, prior to doing the show or doing a talk, you're probably doing your normal job, right? Like you're probably like in your career. And so like you don't necessarily have a lot of time to like go and think about what you're doing. So, so for you, like getting in the zone, for me getting in the zone, like how do you go about doing that? And, and since I got the mic, I guess I might as well just keep going here.
Yeah. So, how do you prepare for a talk? Because I notoriously do not take a day off on the day of an event.
No, I don't either. So I find myself like, let's say I have a talk at, noon at a school. Like I'll drive there, like either that morning or the night before, and then be at like a Starbucks up until like getting work done, and then I'll go and do it and then go back. So like I could just switch in, if I need to, like really quick kind of go. But usually about so I usually arrive to where I'm going. I check in with the people I need to check in with, and I get there early. I get there like an hour early, like purposefully to parking and all that kind of stuff. But when I'm about 45 minutes out of like doing the thing, is when like I'll go to the bathroom and I'll like look in the mirror. I'll get a little water in my face and just kind of like be in the moment and like, okay, like we're here, we're at the school, and I have to breathe. I practice breathing a little bit. I call it like kind of meditation. It's a little combo. I do a little prayer in there too, where I'm like very much like, okay, let's be in this space, let's do it. And then I grab my phone, I turn on a song from Andy Grammer. It's called "Damn It Feels Good to Be Me." Okay, which sounds like a narcissistic thing or something.
No, but it fires you up.
It gets me going, and it's more what I want to say to them. Yeah, like, it's what I want to get to the students. So I have to get myself in a place where I'm feeling confident, like I'm feeling good, and like hell yeah, it's good, to me, right? So that when I walk out of the bathroom, I'm like laughing because like whoever's in the bathroom with me is just like experiencing this all in high school more often than not. So like some 15-year-olds,
is that Andy Grammer playing?
Yeah, right. So and then no, I have any idea who that is. Andy Grammer rocks, by the way. But I'll have that, and then I'll go out, and I usually do like a couple, like I'll just like walk a little, like even like aimlessly, frankly, but like just kind of like get it going a little bit, and then usually people are like filing in, and I like to be there when like students are coming in, giving out high fives.
Like you're out excited in front. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't care. Like I'll get like an intro or something, but I don't really care. Like you should know who I am, right? So I'm up there and I'm like, let's do it. Like let's go have some fun. And every school and every conference is different. Like some are playing music during that time, some aren't. I'm always like, please play something. Like have a thing on the radio. Or the radio on the speaker, but
put on the old FM dial.
Yeah, throw it on a little, maybe a little AM, a little sports radio. Talk a little football, but that is always kind of my thing. So like by the time I'm in the room and about to go, I've had at least a half hour of like that mental time.
Sure.
And I have my phone, but I'm not like looking at it. Like so I'm there, and then I'm thinking about like the goals of the school that day, what I want to get through, and then I'm actually thinking about like the crowd. So I'm like, how are they right now? Like some
you're
are
like
walking
pre-analyzing.
In and I'm totally judging, like just so we're all clear. Like I'm judging the vibe. So I'm like, are they excited? Are they ready to roll? Are they walking in like this stinks? Like so I know kind of quickly of like maybe the vibe, and then 2 minutes in I know what I'm going to get to. But like I could feel it. I could kind of feel what they're putting down. So I'm almost thinking in my head what will work and what won't work. Yeah. Right. So I'll oftentimes have like an intro prepared that I'm like, nope, like scrap that. Like that's not going to work with this crowd.
Call an audible.
I just won't do it. Yeah.
Call an Omaha at the line.
Yeah. Omaha. And flip it up. But I love that. I think it's like a lot of fun to be like flexible in that moment.
Yeah.
And I already know what I want to do. I'm confident in it. So now let's just work with what works for the crowd.
Totally.
So that is my prep.
Okay.
Tell me more about yours.
So I'm gonna go in the instance of like the.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. We don't need to print anything. It's fine.
We're good.
We've never printed anything since 1997.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna go with the instance of our beat battle because it's an every week thing
That's
for
what I
8
thought you were
straight
gonna do.
weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we do other shows, but it's kind of similar. So the beat battle, I have to really lock in on Thursdays to like get into the zone. Generally, I'm there by 8 o'clock at night to set up because the show starts at 10,
Right.
and I can't
This
set
is
up
on Thursdays, right?
Yeah, and I can't set up any earlier because they're a restaurant. So like,
Yeah.
So, but that means for that show, I bring a lot of gear. I have to make sure that there's a voting component to it because people are able to vote online with their phones
Oh yeah.
to move on, see who's going to move on to the next round. And we have like a projector behind us, so I have to make sure that that is ready to go. Generally, like there's a lot of just gear. Like it fills up the backseat of my car to take over there. So what I try to do during the day is I usually I get home from my meetings, my Thursday morning meetings, get whatever I need to get done. I hit a point though because I'm starting get in the zone by like 8, but before that. So without fail, I will order food from somewhere on each one of those nights.
Got to.
Because I'm like, I don't want to have to worry about cooking stuff. And it's one of those things like you're busy. So that you're like, oh, well, I'm loading up the car.
Yeah.
Like Uber Eats is on its way here
coming.
or DoorDash or whatever. Right. So I know that's there. So that's good. I have a checklist on my phone of everything that needs to go into the car every night. And even though like some stuff stays in the car week to week or in the plastic box that it's in, I'm still like, I have to go through and uncheck it and then recheck it.
I could see why you would do that.
Just to be like, there's mics, we've got cables, we've got everything, all the AV stuff that we need to make this thing happen. Because it's a nightmare if you don't have one thing.
I bet.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I have a backpack that has all of the like what if stuff, like all the audio converters, extra tape, like there's dumb stuff that's in my car. Like there's zip ties down here because I use those for banners.
Yeah.
So like if you see my car during those 8 weeks, it looks like a murderer's there because there's like scissors and
a murderer
zip
might be
ties.
there. I'm not really sure. We haven't got it down yet.
No. Just killing these shows.
Murder of jokes too. Go ahead.
So there's my banner's got to be in there. There's a flag that's in there. I have to make sure all that stuff is in there. So that stuff is like that's kind of the routine.
Yeah.
But then I also have to make sure I get a nap at some point. So
a nap or a map?
A nap.
Oh, like at the bar?
In the course of the no, in the course of the day.
Oh, the day. I'm thinking when you're there.
At
like falling asleep in the bathroom?
4 o'clock. I try to shut down from work a little early.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Just because, and like everybody at my work knows that I'm doing this, right? They know that I have this event.
It's no surprise.
So I try to catch like an hour nap if I can. That has become like the thing because I'm gonna be up till probably 2 a.m. anyway.
Exactly. Right.
So like that gets me in the right mindset to be like, okay, I actually got some. Even if I'm completely well rested, I'm like, oh, I got something out of it. And then like loading up the car has to happen in a certain way, and then I double check that list again because
you've probably learned a lot of lessons. Like,
oh god, I've done everything wrong. And like legitimately every show something will go wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Like that, there is no fail. I was talking about this with a promoter one time. We've never had a perfect show. Anyone.
They wouldn't, but like, how could you?
There's always something that happens, right?
That's what makes it fun.
But like it's more of like me going through that same routine every night. And when I set up the stuff, it's kind of a crapshoot because there might be people still in the bar. There might be people still whatever.
Totally.
So I just have to set up what I can. But once like the audio's good, I usually try to go audio first, all the cameras and video stuff second, and then all the little knick-knack stuff like our banners and our QR code cards and things like that, stickers. So like it's in that same routine week over week though, so that I can just get into a rhythm and do it.
Rinse and repeat.
And now, if one of those things are done,
right before it starts, are you like excited? Are you breathing or like what's?
Totally. Yeah. I'm nervous as hell.
Yeah, right. And
nervous as hell that nobody's going to show up.
Yeah.
I usually take a walk around the block, honestly, outside of the venue, which I'm sure looks a little nefarious
that's okay.
What's this guy sneaking around to the alley to do?
In high school when
right.
Which looks more nefarious.
I will go out and I'll take a walk around the block and I will make sure that like the scene is cool and people are out in the city and whatever for that night. And then the show happens and we're fine. And I usually, without fail, I give myself one drink at the end of the night where I go to like a bar because usually I'm done by like 1. And I'm there to like I close a bar, but in the sense of like I was there for an hour, right?
I feel that.
But I will go to like a little dive bar that I love and go hang out and have one drink just to cool down and be like, that was your night. And then like process all the social media tags and everything that happened for the night, right? So
well, that's awesome. And I feel like we all have ways to prep.
Yeah.
So like, what are your ways? How do you get into the thing that you do?
Yeah,
Is
your
it
event
breathing?
prep.
Is it checklists? Is it listening to Andy Grammer? That'd be really interesting.
I don't listen to Andy Grammer.
Well, fair
Sorry,
enough.
maybe I should
That's
start.
your loss. But tell them more about the show.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you want to check out the show anymore, we are the Hustling Sideways podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. We are also on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on not Snapchat. We're on TikTok, YouTube,
We might be.
LinkedIn, TikTok, all of the places. So you can go ahead and follow us there. If you want to be a guest on the show, we have an email. It's hustlingsideways@gmail.com. And Jim,
Keep on hustling.
we will see you next time.
Peace.